What's up, fam? What's up, Johnny?
What's going on, Danny? What's up, Hulahans?
A new week. We got about a week to Christmas. Things are heating
Oh,
up.
mighty. People starting to show up, man. I'm starting to get busy. Season is here for sure. It is definitely a bluebird day in Maui right now, though. I got to tell you. Whenever I wake
Ooh,
up and I look out the window and there's no clouds on Molokai, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a nice day, man.
it is a nice day.
It is glorious. And then waves are supposed to get giant starting tomorrow night. Supposed
Oh,
to be epic swell direction, kind of before it gets too big for pipelines. So chances are it's going to be flat here on the west side. Yes, I am instilling Murphy's Law. I hope I'm completely wrong. I'm putting it out there.
is Jaws going big yet, or is that's still
No,
like a
so
month off?
Jaws is different, right? Like those directions hit Jaws, they hit Hokipa. It's just Molokai blocks the west side. So Jaws could go Richter. It is supposed to be like light winds, potentially Kona winds, which would make that place just go insane. So we'll see what's going
Wow.
down,
So
man. Yeah.
pipelines going off and Jaws is going off. Where do people go? They flying back and forth. The big surfers.
Well, it just depends, right? I mean, so
Yeah.
there is a contest going on at Pipe, so maybe that affects things as well. What's funny is like the guys that are in the know, Michael Ho, legendary, still packing tubes in his 60s. That guy's known for doing strike missions to Honolulu when it gets too big on the North Shore. He knows what's up. Come
Mm-hmm.
over here. He'll come with his
Sneak
two
away.
kids, Mason and the kind. I forget what the daughter's name is, but yeah,
Sneak away. Sneak
it
away. I've
is.
seen a few tubes over here, man. They're out surfing, full wetsuit and everything.
I gotta check that place out, dude. It sounds like Okinawa's the jam. Well, let's jump into this hula, shall we?
Let's go.
All right, man. I'm gonna drop this in here and let's get it popping. All righty, man. Mahina Surf, Danny, down from 895 to
Hmm.
659. 364 days on the market, 1,056 for the fee. I mean, Mahina is technically zoned apartment, so still got that to deal with. But man, these prices
How about
here.
how about the power of the fire and the potential legislation? I mean, those two are just packing a punch. I mean, eight
There
ninety
it
five
is.
was not a crazy price
I mean, agents are
365
not.
days ago.
Yeah, it's like not all agents are just complete and total, doofuses here. And so that is somebody putting attention into pricing this where they felt it was correct. And look at what's happening a year later. And yet other places, man, like I'm surprised when I look at like Napili Shores, we have that listing there. And when I was looking into that, I mean, Napili Shores has really kept its value. I mean, there's been the occasional one that's dipped a bit. But
Hasn't moved
anyway.
much, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's other places, we talk about Kihei Villages where saw those places hit 7 and now you're starting to see some in the 5. So really, really just a unique, interesting market. It definitely speaks to, it just doesn't know what direction to go in. It's uncertain. And quite frankly, Danny, I mean, these are the times for people to get involved. Because what's going to happen after we get through this here is we're going to hit a good time, and feels like every time where the herd feels it's okay to buy is when it's crazy. Then you're competing. I'm got to tell you, hey, you got to overpay for this thing. Remember all the protections we talked about? Get rid of all those. But it just feels like that's human nature sometimes, man. And
Well,
I'm
look,
sure that I'm guilty of it too.
100%. I mean, look at even our place in Kehalani, that condo listing we had with our friends there. And I mean, we had so many people interested, multiple offers, went
Yep.
65,000 over asking.
Yep.
And now in that similar neighborhood, I mean, Iliahi's down in the 750 range now. So, I mean, it's really, really changed. I hit him
Yep.
with the text. I was like, you guys got out at a good time.
There it is, man. A bunch of our buyers did really well in terms of their timing, whether they knew it or not. Yep. Well, Kihei Garden Estates, man. I just did a deep dive for a client, kind of created a best hits list, and I was surprised, man. A lot of Kihei Garden Estates, a lot of Hololani, a lot of Valley Isle. all these Minatoyas, man, they're hitting the market, and you're starting to see who's the most motivated, right? 232 days on market, started at 929, and basically just healing until you hit the sweet spot. But man, that 232 number is just hurting these people here, right? That just kind of says, hey, throw me anything. Even
It's
if
a
it's
fight to
hand
the
grenade.
bottom now. It's a fight to
It
the
really
bottom.
is.
How many emails are you seeing now where it's like seller will accept and entertain any decent offer?
Just write something, John, for the love.
Yep.
And then, we get this still, right? So started at 1,169. I'm curious, man. I want to see what the developer sold this thing for back in the Dizay if we can get there. Can't, but man, 2021, 559. So
Wow.
right as COVID starting to go crazy, right?
Double up in 3 years.
There it is, man. And now we're just kind of seeing, the effects of that there and the fire and everything in between. However, do want to make the statement in Lahaina, Ho'onanea, perhaps the only condo complex that I know of that actually has garages. Opukea no more. Kihei Villages, some of the houses there technically, condominium. So I guess those there, but true condominium complexes, that's a benefit Ho'onanea does. Typically you just get one car garage though, but even if that's for stashing surfboards and whatnot, it is amazing. Dude, these guys here, man. I remember when the first tiny town was built, high density. I remember working at the Swan Court at the Hyatt, and we were just making fun of our friend Ricky because he bought in there. And Ricky is the last one to laugh, dude. Guy is still waiting tables, living free and clear up at Kahana Ridge because of the smart moves he did. I watched that guy use an envelope program to kind of save money and do all this, and boom. So hats off to
Now
Ricky.
he's a
Well done, brother.
multimillionaire.
There it is. And yeah, so tiny town, man, 1372 square feet. This is the one that I believe you're fairly close to, like Maui Lani Terraces, etc. There's the beach park. There's Maui Lani Terraces over here. And yes, we are looking at 1425. Drop that from 1,447 now 1,425. Man, that is life on Maui. Maui Kamaole. So Maui Kamaole is that hotel zoned. Not
Nope.
seeing it. It is on the Minatoya, so not
Quarantine.
that one. And still throwing it out there at 1,129. 1 bedroom, 2 bath, 39 days on market, so dropped at 20. Searching for that sweet spot. Downstairs unit, no stairs. So uncertainty's still out there, but man, great location there. Kavakupu beach is close by.
Feels a bit aspirational.
It does, man. It certainly does. And then you got this guy here, Honokawai's. So this one is leasehold. I did see one in here fairly close to that price that was fee simple, but 2 bedroom, 1 bath, already dropping it 50 grand from the initial list price. So because this is leasehold, here's how it works. 1428 pays for the fees. Honokawai's one of the rare places that still includes all utilities. So that does cover your AC as well and electricity. And then not horrible for the lease fees, $602. Looking at an expiration of 2047, so we're headed to 2050. Technically, I mean, you could only do like a 15-year loan. We do have guys like the Killer Corey that we work with. Sometimes can find non-QM lenders where they don't stick to the typical situation with leasehold. If I'm not making any sense, just hit us in the comments and I'll explain. But looking at what, 2 grand for fees there, $400,000 condo. Definitely would work for somebody, man. Mapu Place, so kind of the lower portion of Maui Meadows, if I remember correctly. That's the road you turn in on, yeah? Make that little left there on Mapu, the first entrance. So 4 bedroom, 4 bath, 2646 square feet. Does have a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 700 square foot ohana. Definitely looks like it's got a pool there on your typical half acre. Maui Meadows is for who, Danny?
Rebels.
That's it. No HOA at Maui Meadows. Super popular neighborhood.
This
So
first
yeah,
picture makes it look like you're in a haiku or something. I mean, it's super
it really
green, trees
does,
all
doesn't it?
around. You can hardly see anything. Yeah,
That's so true, man. Does have haiku vibes there. Walaka Maui, 1 bedroom, 2 bath, 734 square feet, 675. And then maintenance fees, 612. Yeah, strictly residential there, but great location if you like Charlie Young Beach there and all the action around Kalama Park and the Cove. That's the area you're at. South Maui Gardens for killer food trucks. So yeah, Walaka's action. Haleakala Shores. I saw a ton of these on the market there as well. For those in the know, this is right alongside Kamaole, right across the street from Kamaole 3 Beach, right alongside the Grand Dam of South Maui, Kamaole. What is it called, Danny?
sands.
Sands, Kamaole Sands. That's right. So 1 bedroom, I mean, 1 day on the market, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Looks like it's had some updates, at least the flooring in there. Does have the shoji doors for one of the bedrooms, so it just kind of opens up the space by opening those. $12.95 for the maintenance fees. Haleakala Shores is zoned apartment, so that's why we're watching those prices come down there in the 2 bedrooms, man. Menehune Shores, so this guy is zoned hotel. 1,540,000. What do you like about Menehune Shores, Danny? And we always talk about the upstairs deck kind of
Yeah,
lounge
that's super
area.
nice. I mean, I like the grass area around it. I think that's
Yep,
really beautiful to walk on grass next to the ocean. You're
yep.
really close to that little what is it? The fish pond with all the turtles. That's a really cool
Facts.
spot. I
Yep,
mean, the views are amazing for
they
sure.
really are. Sister property of Menehune Shores, a little bit further, consider it South Kihei, is Royal Mauian. Menehune Shores does have the Monsoon Indian restaurant in it.
It's a
So
good
looking at
spot.
1,540,000, they're a little smaller, right? 879 square feet for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. But man, there is the beach that it overlooks, and you
So
got
this one's a
Sugar
little bit
Beach.
around the corner,
Agreed.
which is nice. If you're on the other side of the building, it tends to smell like curry a lot on your lanai.
Okay.
So if you're into that thing, it's nice. It could get
There you
tiring after
go.
a while. So on the other side is quite nice. But John, what do you say typically when people say it's kind of small? Hey, this is a bit small for a two-bedroom condo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's more averages, I should say, because for me,
Yeah,
average, living square footage for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath vacation condo, usually around that 900 square feet. For me, I compare this to like Kaanapali Royal, for example, right? Still 2 bedroom, 2 bath, but those are typically 1,500. So
yeah,
just live more expansively, whereas, these are a little more intimate. Shall we throw the realtor language in it, Danny?
yeah. So
More of
so
an
you, I mean,
intimate.
you lived in Arizona for a while. You obviously had a lot more space in your house, your condo. What I mean, do you feel like you absolutely need that much space when you're living in Maui and the Maui lifestyle?
So I don't. And big differences is in Arizona, I mean, it's reverse winter there, right? So literally from like May to October, my kids maybe could go outside for half an hour early in the morning, come in, red faces. So you want a bigger space because you're living inside for a lot of that time there. Here in Maui, the outdoors is the life, right? You need less of everything here. Seriously, like the 3 bags that you're packing, unpack them. You can throw it all in one little carry-on. You need one pair of jeans for going out. You need a nice long sleeve shirt or an aloha shirt for going out. And then after that, you just need board shorts and t-shirts.
That's it.
Ladies, have you talked to the wife? Maybe you need a little bit more, but man, you just don't need much over here.
That's it.
That's the life, man. All righty, moving on past that, Kaukini Loop. So this is Maluhia Ranches. This is North Shore Maui, Central Maui, Haleakala Shores. When I talk about Maui looking like Mickey Mouse with only one ear, this is on the west side, so that ear portion. But this is along the backside You know, so if you were to drive over here from the airport, you come along the backside here. Eventually, you'd hit the old Hawaiian village called Kaukuloa, and then eventually you'd get over to the west side. So a lot of times people that fly in here for the first time, their Google Maps will tell them this is the way to go because it's technically a little faster, less miles. And if they're doing it late at night, it can be very scary. There's no street lights. And then
Even in the day, it's scary. Let's be real.
dude, in a couple places here, literally goes down to one lane. And it gets really interesting when the bus is coming the other way. And now you've got to back up, maybe going down a hill or up a hill. Anyway, it's interesting times over there. But
What a beautiful lot.
bro, 4 acres on Maui with those views, $750,000. They have some gorgeous estates out here. I've seen them sell for the $4 million range. This is definitely what I call fortress of solitude Maui lifestyle. This is where you just want to be away from everybody. Maybe a rock star or something like that, or you live in a big city and you just want away from it all. This is the place for you, man. So
you don't want to go
there
out.
it is.
You don't want to go out to eat. This is your spot.
That's it. That's it. Got some killer banana bread around the corner there in Kaukuloa. Sometimes they got some killer burgers there. Auntie Pearl, her family's starting to do breakfast out there sometimes. So yeah, man.
Ooh.
4 acres, 750, zoned agriculture. So build your farms, what have you. Kihei Kai, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 719. It is hotel zoned. So 1,035 for the maintenance fees. Unit 4 definitely looks like maybe
Downstairs.
ground floor. Yeah. So Kihei Kai getting a lot of attention. 1,035 for the maintenance fees. Seems to be priced with the market.
Yeah, you don't really have a view, maybe a sneaky peek around the corner, but you're literally like to the right 10 steps and you're at the beach. So
Kihei Kai is what, next door to Nani Kaihale?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one, huh? Yeah, this is a cool little beach,
out onto the beach
vibe. Yeah. So compare that to Kihei and to Nani Kaihale. I mean, 1 bedrooms there. Those bring a little bit more money, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, a little bit more. But those are also hotel zone, and they do have the lock off, so you can separate them. That's a really nice.
That's right.
Nice feature.
It's always kind of a funky situation, though, for me, because you end up with a hotel bedroom, and then you end up with the kitchen side and a pull-out couch, right? But it works, man.
Unless you put beds in both sides and then you rent them out separately, which I have seen.
There you go. Maybe do some kind of cool little Murphy bed. It was funny, dude. I was talking with my clients about Murphy beds, and they were telling me that at one point they were looking into them. They're like, it's got to be a king size. And the builder told them, no way, no chance, no how. That's how you crush people trying to open up a king size bed and having it fall on top of them. They're like, they just don't make them to where they can handle that much weight. So I found that interesting.
Very interesting.
What do we got here, Danny? Sub $1 million in Wailuku, 1,741 square feet. I'm going to see this one. I'm going to claim, and I'm just going to put it out there, and then I'm going to delete this video if I'm wrong. I feel that this one could potentially bring multiple offers. I mean, there's actual lot size, 9,400 square feet. Depending on how this is built, you could put in 2 potential ohanas. And then this is where it is located. So just wanted to kind of give everybody their bearings. So this is all part of, this is Wailuku proper here. And then this is the kind of lower road. This is where we have a bunch of our friends that live in here called Old Sand Hills. And remember when West Maui land guys were building spec homes in here? And then this is where that house is. So for me, advantage is still in Wailuku proper, if you like that kind of city vibe, but still a bit of a yard, because the homes that are in Wailuku proper, I mean, they just don't come with much of a yard at all. They were built back in the plantation days, yeah, but they're really just built more as town type homes. So that one is action right there, in my opinion. Palms at Wailea, Danny. $1,775,000 because it's got that view. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, however, still zoned apartment. So anyway, I put that one out there. We shall see what happens. I mean, sometimes that view will sell it. Now check these out, Danny. Jim and Kim just loaded up the Lahaina Shores. So 425 tells me that this is oceanfront. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Lahaina Shores, all the odd numbers are the ones that are ocean facing, Makai, and then all of the even numbers are Mauka or mountainside. Am I correct there?
Correct.
There you go. 600,000. Don't get excited, guys. 293 will turn into 1,500 and change coming up there, 1,520 in June of 2025. So they dropped their maintenance fees because June of 2025 is my understanding is when they're projecting to reopen the Lahaina Shores. Did you hear that as well?
Haven't heard that news yet.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was kind of reading through something. I remember reading through one of the attachments for one that was just listed or reading the notes, and that's when they're hoping to reopen, dude. So we shall see. Here's another one. These are great opportunities, dude. I remember when these were 900 grand all day long.
Absolutely. These are almost
Yep.
pushing $1 million.
Yeah. So if you're looking to get involved, you believe in Lahaina, you're okay with the rebuilding of it, you're thinking long term, this is the opportunity here. So here's the second one, 225 unit, and that's it. So single family with attached, Danny, down there, Lower Honoa Pi'ilani Road. So this is off of kind of in the corner of Hui'i, if I remember correctly. So give me a second here. Let's zoom in. So yeah, Hui'i Road right there. So it's this huge little compound right there. And
Yes.
Maui
Light
Jim had his
ocean access.
house. Yeah, Maui Jim had his house somewhere along there, one of these. And then here we have Kahana Sunset and the infamous D building, which is now deemed uninhabitable because they've lost the beach with the sea level rise.
F building is right.
That's right, F building. I stand corrected. But gorgeous house here. This guy's been on the market for a little while there. Same with this one. That one's kind of right next to it, catty corner there as well. A little bit smaller home here. So Marianne just going ahead and relisting those there. Here we have the infamous Kahana Sunset, A building, by far the trophy building now that the F building is dealing with what it's dealing with. But you cannot get financing at Kahana Sunset. There is the potential for one heck of a special assessment because how condos work, guys, when that D building is deemed or at F building is deemed uninhabitable, those people are equal owners in the condominium complex. So they will either be made whole or the F building gets to be rebuilt somewhere else and they'll get a brand new condo. So that's the uncertainty behind Kahana Sunset. Is what is Maui County going to allow them to do? And Kahana Sunset technically zoned apartment, if I remember correctly. Danny, Maui Lani traditions, brother. We kicked it off here. We set the bar way back when, and now seen them listed at $1,099,000, dropped it to $999, and finally went into escrow after 167 days. So Maui Lani Traditions is a great neighborhood. There is an elementary school right across the street. It is part of Maui Lani, the master plan community that has a golf course in it. More high density though, so still small yards, still get a garage, but the lot sizes are smaller, 3781 square feet. So fan of those. My pastor lives there. Look at this, buddy. Already in escrow because people know a deal when they see them, and literally just hit the market today and already pending. 531. Why would this one be so special? Kind of looking above the palm trees with that one there. Yep. Cook Road, this one in Kula, 4 days on the market, already in escrow. I believe they repositioned that one. I want to say that I saw on the market previously, but well done there. That's on 3.14 acres, but it has been CPR'd. You are getting 2.37 acres of common elements, exclusive common elements. And there's a ohana, I believe, that's shaved off and enjoying the rest of the acreage there. Almost Pau Danny, Hale Kanani. So Charlie Young Beach, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, not vacation rentable. So 140 days on the market, kept the price where it is in escrow. Now we'll see what that closes at. So that's part of that Kalama. Watch this one for a long time, man. I remember our seller kind of had this one on his mind when we were having his listed out there, and it went from 1,749,000 to finally getting done at 1,415,000. So that's what happened there. 1,000 square foot on water catchment, because there's not a lot of water meters over there in Haiku, but on 1.4 acres. So still, I think they did well, man. Fractional at the Whaler sells for 5,000 under. So just a reminder, you can own the Whaler outright. There is some timeshare in there. There's some leasehold in there, and then there's some fractional opportunities. So this is the view from the unit, 1-bedroom, 1-bath. They live large. So 901 square feet for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. All their lanais are gigantic. They purchased the first 2 weeks in November. So great quiet time to be here in Maui. Mauna Leo in Kehalani, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. So priced at $1,374,995. Drop that to a $1,349,900. I've never heard of a Fannie Mae loan. Typically those are conventional, but looks like there's a field that they used there. That's all I got today, Danny, for the Hulahan.
Dig it, Johnny. There's one question left by one of our faithful, loyal followers. Mr.
I love it.
He asked, what do you think of the future of CPRs? We were talking about CPRs. He asked, what do you think will happen with CPRs moving forward? Will they be used more, or with land becoming more scarce and some of the opportunities? So love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I do think that it will continue, whether it's going to be for more or less. I mean, they definitely serve a purpose, right? And they actually do open up more opportunity for more land to be purchased because you are CPRing a person. An interesting development as well that, you know, I'm paying attention to is when it's zoned ag. In the past, when you'd CPR that ADU, that Ohana, that additional dwelling unit, it would typically always be capped at a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, no more than 1,000 square feet. And now we're seeing that change to where it's 1,500 square foot cap, but no restrictions on bed or bath count. That's going to change the CPR game when it comes to ag, in my opinion. Because now,
absolutely,
you know, because it opens up, you know, I mean, dude, some people can pack in. I've worked with developers that can make a 4-bedroom out of 1,500 square feet all day long.
Well, and then you put the shower outside and
play the game, man. So you know how we do over here. So that's a great question. How people deal with not wanting to CPR is, I'll give you an example. Coffee farms off of Kaanapali. My understanding in their documents, they just don't allow it as an association. So here's the interesting thing: when you build these large compounds like coffee farms and you're not allowing them to be CPR'd, is they start taking on these palatial price ranges too, right? Because you're always going to be buying this compound, and because it's zoned ag, maybe it's multi-structures, not just the Ohana, but barns, etc. But because it's all kept together, you know, now you're starting to think, you know, 10 milli, starting to go above that, you know. So that's what's interesting watching out in Kapalua, because I don't see much CPRing, if anything, done there. So my understanding, those stay these compounds. And I remember when on average 4-5 million, you know, before this market just went Richter. Now I'm seeing them pop up for 20. Wow. You know, not direct ocean front, but because it's such a palatial estate. So that's my thoughts on CPR. So
and that's what you're seeing in Laniapoko too, right? Those are kind of farm elements, and then they're starting to separate them out. You see kind of the Ohana space going for 4, 5, 6 million, and then the original house in the 8, 9, 10, 11 range, and then the lot being sold.
Yeah, it's insane to me because, man, I remember when I first came home to Maui. You know, I was doing real estate in Arizona. Wife gave us the green light. We come home to Maui, and I remember 2-bedroom, 2-bath CPR unit at Laniapoko, maybe around 900,000. I was like, who the heck is going to buy a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot place for 900 grand? And now dude, I mean, we've sold them in the 4 and change range. Technically, right? That's the
Yep.
Ohana. Had some ancillary business buildings, but still. So there you have it, man. That's why realtors, we're not great at predicting things. We are great at interpreting things. So I can
If
tell
we
you
could
what's
predict,
happening.
we would just
Dude,
go do it ourselves, right?
there it is, man. I just make myself wealthy.
Yeah. And that hasn't always happened.
Yeah. But hey, we're human, so we always have an opinion.
That's
We're
it.
happy to
That's it.
share. Great
That's
question,
it.
though,
Well,
Kevin. Appreciate it, man.
right on. Keep the questions happening. If you have anything, anytime, drop it in the comments. Send us a note directly. We will either address it to you directly, or we'll throw it on here for everyone to gain insight from. So, till next time.
Yep. Mahalo, Hulans.